Joined by Coach Stan Van Gundy and Grant Hill. This is Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce is our reporter.
And it was an awful game defensively. They lost the individual matchups, and the help was slow to rotate.
And being slow on your rotations is a killer. There's not a team in the league that won't punish you for that.
Simons outside. That three's off the mark.
You know, I have to admire a guy like Anthony Simons. Early in his career, he was seen as undersized, but with his skill and pure athleticism, he balances the scales against bigger players, and he's become a ferocious scorer.
Here's Simmons after the basket by Washington. Outside Edwards. Fires the three, and he buries his first look.
Well, it doesn't matter where he is on the court. If Edwards likes a look, he's going to take it.
Shot's good by Sarr.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Now here's Williamson. The kick out to Edwards. Back to Williamson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Here's Jamison. Oh, he goes up high for the two-handed slam.
I'll tell you, those finishes are always extra special when they come from your point guard.
Oh, forget about his passing. Can we see more dunking?
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
And the basket by Williamson.
Well, to Zion, a little bit of contact is nothing. I'm not even sure he feels that.
Out to the wing. And stolen by Simmons. To the inside. Here's Williamson. Again, the Timberwolves score.
Well, that's why the offense works so hard to get the ball to Zion inside. He's so reliable in that.
Count it.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
And it's Edwards with the ball for the Timberwolves. They trail by 1. Pass to Simmons. Simons outside. Three-pointer. Sarr pulls it in. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Simons left side. Now here's Simmons. Shoots over George. And it's Simmons missing.
When you challenge a player on a layup, that's what you want. Getting a stop without a foul. The defense wins that battle.
Pass to Edwards. Back to Simons. And here's Williamson. There's the drive. And he can't jam it through.
Come on, you can't be doing that. I know these guys want to put on a show, but you can't pass up scoring opportunities.
And here in the first quarter, a little over 3.5 minutes played. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Brandon Miller. That's his first foul.
First team foul. Substitution on court.
So it's Minnesota now. It's a 3-point game. Here's Edwards. Minnesota again missing.
Well, I'm surprised that didn't fall for him. We know that's a shot he can hit, and there wasn't much resistance either.
Here's Nowitzki. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Wizards.
Well, the way they've been attacking inside is phenomenal. Consistently getting high percentage looks And that's what great offenses are all about.
They've also been quick to set up their teammates, wasting no time making the extra pass for the open look.
And Chris Finch has called timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Timberwolves trail by 5. And it's Simons penetrating. Ferguson with the rebound.
I mean, come on. That's a shot you expect him to make.
Coach, you talk about guys who are always upping their game. How about Anthony Simons?
Well, Brian, I feel like he's one of the truly under-the-radar scorers in this league. He's put in a lot of time and work, never satisfied with himself or his game, and he just keeps getting better.
And this kind of play is only going to grow their lead, holding the other guys down on defense and converting on the turnover.
And Stan, while Edwards has pushed back, it hasn't stopped others from comparing him to his airness, Michael Jordan.
And that talk is more about how his game reminds one of MJ and less about greatness. Edwards' career is just getting started. Well, that's not the focus we're used to seeing from him at the line. He's usually rock solid from there.
Washington shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. And he knocks down the first one. Both good from the line that time. Here's Nowitzki. Gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
An outstanding first quarter from the field.
Timberwolves trail by 11. There's 57 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Simon's shot is good.
From the mid-range, Simon's quickness is a big advantage.
Pass to Wells. Here's Nowitzki. Shoots over Miller. And it's Nowitzki missing. Miller with it. With some arc. And it's good on the lay-in.
Great feed. Edwards has such a complete game. He's much more than just a scorer.
And here's Gobert. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. They trail by 7. Miller can't get it to go. Pass to Nowitzki. Over Edwards. No good. Off the front rim. Minnesota shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night. And he drops the first. He does not get the second one. Here's Carrington. And that concludes the first quarter of play. It's the Wizards up by 6. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
18.
If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter in this one. And taking a look at Washington's performance here. Guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
You know, they've been relentless in how they attack the paint.
Well, if they're going to be that ferocious inside, this defense is in for a long night.
It's good. Nowitzki's got 6. Well, Stan, every franchise has their guy. What kind of things do you want your franchise player to exhibit?
Well, Brian, here's what people have to understand. The culture of your team is determined by your best player. If you want a hardworking, unselfish, competitive team, that best player, that franchise guy, has to embody those things.
Here's Wells. He's got 6. Right wing. Here's Nowitzki. gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Nowitzki's got his third basket on the night right there.
He means business. Unlikely to be a comeback on his watch.
Well, this is how you shut the door, right? You keep making good shots and you build the lead.
Down in the corner, Beal shoots with confidence. Just one more area he can score from consistently.
Pass to Nowitzki. There's the triple. Alvarado with a rebound. Timberwolves trail by 9. Miller can't get it to go. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, the Timberwolves are one of the biggest teams in the association, and Coach Chris Finch said, quote, "That's how we're built. It's part of our identity. That's what we have to lean into. We want to be big at the rim and force our size on opponents." Brian, he loves to see other teams hesitant to venture into the paint.
Hearing footsteps, right? Allie, thanks. Pass to Nowitzki. This one for 3. Knocks down the long J. 9 points in the game.
Defensively, gotta close out a little faster. That's a look he'll make with regularity.
Here's Miller. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Wizards. And it's Washington with the ball. 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. Pass to Ferguson. Here's Nowitzki. The 3. And again, Washington with a triple.
And you know, in this quarter, they've really brought up their shooting percentage.
Right side, Reddish. Rips it home off a terrific move.
He flashes to the rim and is met with no resistance.
Here's Nowitzki. Great D that time from Miller. Here's Reddish. Knocks down the triple. Reddish has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, hey, you give him some daylight, he can knock it down.
Washington leading by 10. Here's Carrington. Pass to Wells. Here's Nowitzki. Started by Miller. Just 4 to shoot. It's deflected. Fast break, Minnesota. He goes up. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Ooh, putting on a show for the fans. Going up for the graceful reverse.
Oh, that had a little extra sauce on it, Grant. And he'll be shooting his first free throw. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Sarr. Ooh, nothing falling for them right now. Timberwolves trail by 7. Pass to Reddish. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. All right, guys, what do you think so far about the offensive approach for the Timberwolves?
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And the other thing you notice is how determined they've been to get into the paint and get buckets around the rim.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Shot's good by Sarr.
And there's really no such thing as a safe lead. I mean, this is still anyone's game.
And the foul on Ben Simmons. That's his first foul of the game.
And great job to establish position and square up.
With the drive, and he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
And I love how he's pushing the tempo and creating for others. He does this game in and game out. Incredible.
Yeah, when you're moving the ball like that, it just keeps everyone engaged in the game.
And Chris Finch has called timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Timberwolves trail by 9. George with some nice D.
Nice work defensively to contest that shot right at the rim. Nothing easy.
Knocks it down from distance.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
Wizards leading by 12. Zion Williamson seems intent on silencing all the doubters moving forward, Graham.
Yeah, B.A., he's not taking any more questions about conditioning. His physicality and play really answered that question now. He has been looking better than ever.
Here's Shumche. Here's Sarr. It's rebounded by Minnesota. 1:22 left in the first half. Edwards. It's good. Edwards. What strength.
Well, Edwards is such a strong player. Skilled at absorbing contact and still finishing.
Yeah, a strong move to the rack draws that foul.
Washington shooting their 5th and 6th free throw attempts tonight. And he can't get the first one. And he's good on the second. Timberwolves trail by 11. Here's Edwards. Tries again. Goes back up. Oh, the finish inside by Edwards.
And they're in a better flow this quarter offensively. And their shooting percentage is steadily rising as a result.
Here's Jamison. Simons with a rebound. And here's Minnesota now. Here's Edwards. Sarr pulls it in.
Wow, he doesn't miss many of those. He's such a strong finisher and tight.
The shot. A good-looking shot from the wing. Sarr's got 9.
He's been reliable from the floor, and that's reflected on the scoreboard.
A shot from the mid-range. The shot, no good. Wizards leading by 11. Comes up empty down low. Now here's Simons. Pass to Williamson. Zion showing off his strength.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
And so it's Washington. They have a nice 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. Great shot selection right now, keeping the game simple and getting high percentage looks. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this. And if you're just joining in, 1 half is in the books. 1 half to go. The Wizards with a lead. Here's Jamison. Rudy Gobert with a rebound. And Minnesota with possession here. Simons left side. Pass to Gobert. Oh, the tower with the power move.
Well, that's why you feed Gobert near the rim. He makes the most of those easy opportunities.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Brian, Anthony Edwards, his disposition just brightens a locker room. Coach Chris Finch said he's an absolute joy to coach. Always in a great mood with a great smile. It doesn't matter if he plays well or he doesn't. Every day he has the same approach and the same attitude.
And he wants to be great, Allie. There's no doubt about that.
The vertical of Simons getting all the way up to the rim.
And here's Miller. He has 7. The layup off target. Pass to Williamson. Zion not fazed by the contact. And it just seems like shelf life for head coaches gets shorter and shorter. Stan, even winning coaches aren't safe.
Yeah, even the teams in the top 2 or 3 of their conference are sometimes opting to make a change. In that kind of environment, it's a challenge to coach with any real authority.
And Chris Finch has called timeout. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. Just over 1.5 minutes have passed in the third quarter. On the wing, Simons. Going inside. Dumps it hard with one hand. Wow, he makes it look easy.
Yeah, Simons putting all of his speed to work on that drive.
And that one's good. Sharp.
Assist from Miller.
Timberwolves trail by 7. Simons with it. He's picked up by Miller. Here's Edwards. Got a piece of it.
And that's their first miss after hitting 4 in a row to start the half.
Pass to Gay. The 3-ball. Gets rebounded by Minnesota. At the conclusion of this one, they're off to Oklahoma City where they'll face the Thunder. That game kicks off what will be a lengthy 7-game trip for them.
What a good finish inside. Simons is such a talented scorer who gets it done in a variety of ways. Well, when you give him room like that, just expect it to go in.
Here's Edwards. Oh! Edwards with the highlight reel jam.
Yeah, Edwards has some big bounce in his step.
From the high post. Here's Sharp. Pass to Jamison. Shot clock at 5. Now here's George. Here's Gay. Oh, he clanks that one off the back iron and it falls. Gay's got 5 points in the quarter.
He drops yet another dive, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
And it's Simons missing. Washington leading by 8. Here's Gay. Second half here, and we're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Miller pulls it in.
Yeah, well, that's a shot the defense is probably going to let him keep taking.
Here's Martin. Jamison grabs a board. And Washington with possession. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Kept alive. Sharp. And that one is hammered home.
And B.A., he takes his rebounding so seriously.
This dude is such a grinder. His teammates appreciate the effort. Just goes all out on the glass.
Well, he gets paid to be a factor on the glass. That's a nice dunk to finish it off.
And Minnesota with possession here. It's a 10-point game. Puts it up to 12. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line.
Yeah, you have to really appreciate Williamson's fire and tenacity on the court. Players like him get everyone to increase their intensity.
And he makes both free throws. Well, Coach, Zion is always must-see TV when he plays. It's his availability that is questioned.
Yeah, it is, Brian, but he's been healthier. And when he plays, there's nobody like him in the NBA with that size, skill, and force.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
Wizards leading by 6. Minute 32 left to play in the third quarter of basketball. Over to the left wing. Shot clock at 6. Wells misses. Out of bounds. It'll be Washington's ball.
I don't know what the heck happened there. That's just a careless turnover.
Boy, you love how guys are making plays for one another here.
Yeah, just a balanced attack, a total team effort.
Putting that pass right in his stride, didn't have to slow up, and was able to complete the play.
And Reddish, here we go. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Washington?
Well, their passing has been just exceptional, and it's opened up the floor for them on numerous occasions.
Yeah, one thing I think they should continue doing is attacking the break, because right now, this defense has no answer for them when they do this.
The 3 is up. Drains the triple. Nowitzki's got 14.
Yeah, showing off that ability to stretch the floor. Seems like everyone is a threat at the arc these days.
Now here's Williamson. 10 points for him. Second chance effort. The rebound by Nowitzki.
I think he got the shot he wanted inside, but somewhere on the play, he just lost focus.
Ooh, cans the tough leaner from the outside. And it's a 12-point Washington lead. Oh, and he brings it down with a two-handed jam.
The pass-first nature of Simmons. Fantastic job scanning the floor and finding the open teammate.
No good on the free throw. And that trip coming up empty, missing both. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
When you're trying to cut into a lead, you can't afford that kind of mistake.
Yeah, that's just a lack of focus. Plays like that can really frustrate a coaching staff.
And so it's Washington ending the quarter up 10. The flow of the game has favored them in general. But hey, the tide can shift. And don't go far. We'll be right back. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Now Edwards. Sinks that one. Now shooting 5 of 10 and looking sharp.
Well, I love when guys like Edwards work inside. Don't settle for jumpers. Get a solid look close to the rim.
Now here's Coulibaly. Carrington no good.
Well, with this team leading, he might just want to put that one in his pocket next time.
No need to rush that play. That's called giving away a possession.
Here's Carrington. Pass to Nowitzki. Lets it fly. Rudy Gobert with a rebound. Timberwolves trail by 8. Right side Reddish. Tries again. And he lays it in.
Oh, beating everyone to the ball. Great activity on the offensive glass.
Here's Nowitzki. Pass to Wells. For 3. Sinks it from distance. And the Wizards lead by 9.
Coming out of the half, making a commitment to the offensive boards has proven successful.
Here's Edwards. The kick out to Simmons.
Washington foul. Nowitzki. First team foul.
We've gone about a minute and a half into this fourth quarter. It's rebounded by Washington. The 3 is up. Wells misses. Timberwolves trail by 9. Inside. Here's Gobert. Deflected. They get it back.
Well, when Gobert has the ball, it just seems like defenders are plastered to him.
And that one falls for Gobert. So for the Wizards, And so he's able to get one of two.
Well, known for being an exceptional defender, Gobert also has a good sense for when he should look to score.
Shot's good by Sarr.
Like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
Now here's Simmons. And slam dunk by Simmons.
Oh, wait. Big finish. Big time. And, man, they need that.
You can tell he's trying to get him going with that dunk.
Yeah, he saw the opportunity to finish with some authority, trying to fire his guys up.
And it's out of bounds to Minnesota.
Substitution on the court.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Three-pointer, Beal. Sharp grabs the miss.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
That one goes. Count it. And it's a 12-point Washington lead. Stan, you're the son of a coach. Your dad was a great coach at the collegiate level. What was the best advice you ever received from him?
Well, Brian, the one that has always stuck with me is he told me in my first season, if you think you've got all the answers, it's only because you don't know all the questions. And I think that's true in everything, not just basketball. Yeah, great effort tonight, and he's been rewarded with trips to the line.
The ball's knocked loose. Pass to Sarr. And he caps off the break with a monster slam.
It all happened in an instant. Turning defense into offense. Love it.
And the speed of that transition score. From defense to offense, able to take advantage before they can get set.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Chris Finch said to the team. He did his best to light a fire under them, saying, we have to fight. Now is the moment. We have to come out of this deficit swinging. Guys?
And Allie, thanks. The offensive rebound. Gobert. Oh, and Gobert powers it home.
Pounding the offensive glass. That's where Gobert gets a lot of his extra chances.
And he was dominant in their last outing. And the same thing here tonight. He is in a terrific groove right now.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
Here's Sarr. Well, Grant, in terms of scheduling, you see any way to eliminate back-to-backs?
You know, I'm not a big fan of eliminating back-to-backs, but to answer your question, BA, you have two choices. Either fewer regular season games or extend the season by a few weeks. I don't think either one of those options is in our future.
18 feet out. Sinks that one. Now shooting 5 of 10 and looking sharp.
Well, there, instead of forcing the issue, Zion takes what the defense gives him.
And it's in there.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage. Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
Simons with a steal. Here's Williamson. Oh, and the big finish by Williamson.
Defying the laws of physics, Zion Williamson.
Into the lane. Ooh, and they immediately answer back with a dunk on the other end.
Well, you can see why he's a go-to guy for them. They trust in his ability to shoulder the offensive load.
From deep, Sarr hits the trifecta. Sarr's got 28 points for the game.
Well, with a comeback out of range, we can put a bow on this one. Good performance for the Wizards.
Man, the bench brought lots of energy tonight.
I'll tell you, when your reserves can score like that, it puts your team in a great position to win.
And this will get marked down as their 16th win of the year.
And they meet just twice, so taking the first meeting means a lot to this team.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for Alex Sarr.
Well, bottom line, he was just unstoppable at times. Not much you can do when he's playing with that kind of confidence.
40 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. From deep, Sarr. And the Wizards with another three.
Leaving nothing to chance. This run shutting the door on them.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It'll be on Zion Williamson.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
2 shots. Sarr.
And so he makes both from the line. Edwards with it. Driving inside. It's rebounded by George. Here's Jamison. And he tries it off the glass, but it's no good. 4-3. Yes. So we see the Wizards taking the W here. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked by the way...
Boy, you know I had to dip set my wrist. I really earned it like it. I ain't heard about it. I ain't have more. I just tip a thorough. This is still the made it rich. I really made it out of there and hate about it.
Boy, I've been sitting here with my motherfucking headphones off.
I've been the one with the most. I've been the one that was chosen. Felt like we frozen. This is the shot, baby. This is the coach. Boy, you know I had to dip set my wrist. This that ride around and that drive around with them chains on my
Sorry.
This that hustle music when the hustle moving. They
Finish
ride
with
around with
35.
that. This my go get it. We gon' go get it. We gon' go
6
get
in
it.
the fourth. Look at this. It was great. Oh, we've had an off shooting game. Huh?
I watch the moon all the time thinking about you.
I'll play this and take my ass to sleep.
We're coming to you from beautiful Washington, D.C. as the Wizards prepare to take the court. With Brent Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. Last outing for Minnesota, the loss to Orlando. Now here's Williamson. To the middle. And here we go. Sarr heading to the hoop.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look. Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
Here's Simmons. Rebounded by the Wizards. Inside. It's stolen by Gobert. Jumps up. And Edwards with the stuff.
Oh, great work by Edwards to get up court in a hurry and get himself a bucket. Can't let those fast break opportunities get away. You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside the paint, he is just a nightmare to battle against.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Well, Kevin, the Wizards head coach gave me a few minutes, and we talked about the tall task of facing Anthony Edwards. Coach said he is so physical. Ant looks more like a linebacker than a wing, so we can't foul Edwards too much. That's playing right into his hands. So we'll try to play him tight without sending him to the line. Not easy to do. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. Here's Sarr. He has been a nice option for them offensively, and he's averaging more than 17 points a game.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
And it's blocked. And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity. Washington shooting their first free throw this game.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Out to Miller. Jacks up a three. Gobert pulls it in.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Williamson. Second chance effort. Gobert can't hit.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss. That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
Oh, his competitiveness right now is why the teammates love him.
And having Gobert gives them such a daunting presence on D. He can affect every shot in his area.
Pass to Simmons. Over Jamison. Simmons' shot is good.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
Simons off with the layup. And a wide open look for Sarr. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Sarr's got 6 points.
Well, that basket must be widening out right now. And he's making almost every shot he's putting up this quarter.
Simons on the wing. Nice move. Good D by Miller.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
Here's Sarr. He has 6. Outside for Jamison. Sarr's shot is off. Minnesota in the lead. Stolen by Jamison. Miller with a wide open look. Sinks the triple.
And nice mechanics from Miller there. Ready to fire as that pass was coming.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He wants to talk to his guys. Several teams changing it up here. And so Edwards will bring it up for the Timberwolves. They trail by 1. No good, unable to end this run.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Here's Nowitzki. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Wizards.
And, guys, I love the movement. Doing a great job of just getting the ball on a string, creating some opportunities.
Well, one thing that's noticeable is just tremendous energy from everybody, and they put that into their transition play. All that hustle is paying off.
And, Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
And Reddish with the slam.
And with the monster finish, he stops an 11-0 run by Washington.
It's Nowitzki on the wing. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Nowitzki's got 6 points.
And a nice job here early of establishing.
Tough to slow down the momentum that Simons has here. Just powered through on the drive.
To the left wing. Fires from deep. Hits the three-point bomb. He's got 5.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Pass to Coulibaly. Back to Nowitzki. A rebound by the Timberwolves.
Wizards back.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
How about a year ago? 82% on his foul shot, so he was reliable when he went to the line.
Anthony Edwards at the line for 1.
So both teams trading buckets as we end the first quarter. Timberwolves ahead. They're up by 1. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Timberwolves.
And they've set the tone from the jump. They're looking to pound it inside and score in the paint.
Well, they've really attacked off of the turnovers, so leaking out and capitalizing on fast break stuff.
Timberwolves passing it around.
Yeah, undersized guys with athleticism do these kind of things, playing above the rim. Love to see them get up like that.
Pass to Nowitzki. We know the 90s were a different era, Greg. Either win the game or win the fight. Remember that? Do you miss that physicality?
Well, I will say, Kevin, it made for some great stories, but I don't think we're missing much without all the extracurriculars. And I think we have a beautiful game.
Nowitzki inside. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. Here he goes.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Here's Carrington. Gobert pulls it in. Timberwolves leading by 5. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Rudy Gobert continues to embrace the challenge of elite rim protection. He said competition is what it's about. Sometimes I'm going to get dunked on, and sometimes I'll get the block. But I'm not going to stop coming and doing what I do. I'll be there every time. Kevin?
David, just like you. Thanks so much. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
The Wizards with another miss.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good look.
Minnesota shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
And if we want to take a look back, they converted about 76% from the line. Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely. It's Nowitzki on the wing. Fades. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
This has not been a good quarter right here. Shot has been off the mark, and now it looks, Kevin, like he's pressing a bit. It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
The Timberwolves have gone 2 for 3 at the foul line in this game.
Shooting for Minnesota, number 17, at the line for 1.
Well, it's interesting to watch him because he's putting his body on the line to get to the line. We didn't see this during the first quarter, but he's making up for it here.
Right wing. Pass to Carrington. Here's Wells. And the dunk by Wells.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Lets the 3 fly. Rebound by the Wizards. And Washington again with the bucket. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Alvarado with it. Nothing on the board. Puts up a deep 3. Ferguson with the rebound.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-up, so maybe just a step too far.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Here's Jamison.
Substitution on the court.
Shoots. And that one's on target from the wing. And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline.
DC family, it's time to welcome your Wizards.
Change here. Now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball. Outside, Simons. Over Jamison. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Wizards trailed by 3. Pass to Shumshay. Here's Gay. And it's all evened up.
I think the defense has more concerns out there on the floor. And they give him a good open look from the perimeter.
Williamson left side. Got a hand on it. In transition, here come the Wizards. Here's Gay. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
Pretty much no one is going to pass up a shot like that so much for the defense.
Edwards can't hit. Now the Wizards with it. A nice run going 12 in a row. Jamison up on top. And a slam dunk by Jamison.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. Timberwolves trail by 5. Outside, Simons. Foul call. Looked like that he didn't get there in time, and he'll shoot free throws. And when you're a knockdown shooter like you were, with the kind of athleticism that Anthony Simons possesses, Brent, you're in rarefied air.
Yeah, no doubt. Anthony, one of those guys, really tough to stop. You got to pick your poison with him. That quickness and his ability to get to the rim, though, that can impact what they do offensively. A great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
Washington shooting their 4th shot at the foul line here. 1:31 left in the first half of basketball. Left side, Beal. It's hauled in by Shumshay. And it's Washington's ball. What a stretch they've got going here. 17-2. No good that time. Simmons with the defensive effort. Timberwolves trail by 6. There's Beal with the 3. Another miss by Minnesota.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
It's Edwards on the wing. There's Anthony Edwards. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Edwards. Here's Jamison. .36 seconds left in the second quarter. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good.
Teammates right now covering up for the type of off performance he's having. In terms of scoring, this has not been his best night.
The Timberwolves shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. And the first one drops.
Simons really settling in to what he is in this league, and that is a microwave scorer that can come in and get buckets.
And he makes the first but misses the second. Washington leading now by 7. Here's Jamison. That falls. Nice feed that time from Jordan. 9 points for Jamison.
Shooting it with more confidence now. Look at his face. He didn't look quite right in the opening minutes. Finding it now.
Here's Edwards. And he slams it down right on top of Brandon Miller.
Oh, my. What a huge flush by Edwards, showing off right now.
He got it up. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's the Washington Wizards heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. Back to the action in just a minute. We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Now, Sarr. Driving inside. And Sarr throws it down hard.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go. Maybe it is showtime. And Jose Alvarado is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
First team foul.
Miller outside. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Miller's got 6 points.
How about that shot? Not exactly something drawn up by the coaching staff.
Puts it up from 15. Edwards, no good. Washington leading now by 11. And Jose Alvarado is going to pick up the foul. And that'll be his third foul so far.
Second team foul.
Here's Jamison. Score the basket, his 5th of the game. He's missed 6 shots against those 5 makes.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And it's good for 2. He's got 10.
And don't let Edwards' position fool you. Anthony is built like a linebacker. That upper body strength helps him down low. Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
90 seconds now into the second half. The shot will not fall. Excellent D there from George.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
And they'll get another chance. Pass to Song. And a great assist by Miller. That one goes in. Sars got the lead up to 14 now for Washington. And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. The Timberwolves making a change here. And here's Simmons. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. It's a 14-point game. And he banks in the layup. Simmons got his second bucket of the night.
Look at the power Simmons puts behind his drive, making it tough for the defense to stop him.
No, that's some fancy ball handling right there. Since when does he take guys off the dribble?
And the wide open shot from Reddish. That 3 off the mark.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Here's Song. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Down low. Here's Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
And no issues getting up for Simmons. An emphatic 2 points from the Australian.
Jamison. Beal pulls it in. Timberwolves trail by 12. Takes it inside. And Reddish with the slam.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. And here's Miller outside. Drills it from outside. Miller's got 9.
Loves hitting those threes, especially off movement. It makes Miller so tough to defend.
Tried to show off just a little bit there, but ultimately didn't work out. You know, he's going to get a few stares from his coaching staff and probably his teammates in the next huddle.
And while we've got him on, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, when you look at the draft, it seems talent evaluators have a type. Ron James says our league is always hungry for potential. That's the whole focus of the lottery. It makes sense that those guys who are taken 16 through 30 are on real contending teams and making impacts. Of course, Kevin, everybody wants to draft the next LeBron. Good luck with that.
Or work with the next David Aldridge, a Hall of Famer. David, thank you.
No, that's excellent. Get the ball down deep inside and cash in on a simple basket.
And Simmons gets the bucket.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Outside, Jamison. Kept alive by Washington. It's Sarr, top of the key. Another shot, and he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Timberwolves trailed by 12, and the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Back to Simmons. The 3. Washington with the rebound.
The D doesn't seem to be too worried about him from three-point range, and he shows us why still. I expect him to make one of those.
Nowitzki gets a wide open look. Another one falls for Washington. There's a minute left here in the third quarter. And here's Reddish. And right now he's averaging about 7 points a game. Timberwolves passing it around. Cranes the three-pointer. Reddish has got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, he's just got such a nice, easy release on the three ball. Reddish not looking rushed.
Nowitzki right side. No good there. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Beal gets a wide open look. From outside, off the mark. Washington leading now by 11. Shoots from the elbow. That one, no good. A three ball. No good that time. And so it's Washington. They lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Now, here's Simons. At the elbow, Edwards. The lead now in single digits. And that's 12 points for Anthony Edwards.
And so good off the bounce. Edwards working on his shot off the catch, and it is paying off.
It's Nowitzki on the wing. Fader on the way. A rebound by Simons.
Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And this is Edwards' game. When he's aggressive and trying to score, it really puts a lot of pressure on the defense.
Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards. 2 shots.
He doesn't get the second one. Wizards leading by 8. Nowitzki left side. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. And they're on the break. Here's Edwards. It's hauled in by Nowitzki. And the Wizards with possession. Following this one, they get to host the Mavericks. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. And they pick up 2.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc. And the Wizards lead by 9.
He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open three when he's got it.
Here's Huff. 4 on the clock. The 3. Edwards, no good.
Well, if he wants to make the defense work, he's got to start knocking down the threes. Only one so far in this game for him, and none since halftime.
Goes up on the wing. Washington gets it back. He goes up again. Pass to Carrington. Here's Wells. Rebound, Minnesota. And there's the foul. It's on Coulibaly. That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. And here's Miller. He'll bring it up for Washington. They have a 9-point lead. And now the Timberwolves on the break. And the call.
Man.
on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Brandon Miller.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Wizards.
And they're playing beautiful basketball right now, racking up the assists by playing so unselfishly, just finding the open man.
And it seemed like throughout this game, right after the jump ball, they've just been feeling it from distance, getting all the looks they want and continuing to take advantage of that three-point line.
Pass to Song. Going inside. They shoot again. Here's Sharp. The third shot of the possession finally falls for him. And the Wizards lead by 10.
Well, he takes care of salvaging that possession for the offense by getting on the offensive glass.
Edwards inside. And Miller with the block.
And good length and athleticism give Miller an advantage at the defensive end.
Buries the long-range jumper.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. Substitution now for Minnesota. Right now, I've turned it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, here's what Chris Finch went over with his guys during the break. Now, he wants them to stay focused on teamwork out there. He said, let's keep communicating, keep talking. We've got to help each other out there. Coach thinks that team effort is what's needed here. Guys?
Thank you, David. Out to Miller. Jamison left side. Shot clock at 5. Over Williamson. And that one comes up a bit short. Timberwolves trail by 11. To the inside. Sharp. And then Sharp with the dunk.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
Here's Jamison. Williamson with the block.
Forceful rejection coming over there from Zion. You've got to be careful if he's lurking.
Here's Song. Rudy Gobert with the rebound.
And that was almost a block. Still did enough to alter the shot.
Yeah, altering the shot just as long as there's a miss. That kind of energy not wasted.
Second personal.
And free throw good from Reddish.
At the line for the Timberwolves, Cam Reddish. 2 shots.
All free throws good from Reddish. We've heard players and coaches complain, Brent, that the rules are too skewed in favor of the offense. You think that's true?
Well, Kevin, offense sells, and the fact that we talked about how the league has increased pace, you don't really even have time to play defense in today's game. The one thing that I do like is that the league has allowed for some variance and some zone defense to start to be employed. So tactically, coaches are trying to throw different strategies out there, but man-to-man, it's hard.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Wizards.
Great, generous ball movement tonight. A thing of beauty.
Yeah, a remarkable team effort. They got everyone involved.
So looking at the season total, this will be their 17th win.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice, they're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Jamison.
Well, this was a showcase night of his skills offensively.
Here's Williamson. It's deflected, and they're able to recover. George with the steal. Outside, Jamison. Pass to George. Back to Jamison. Wing shot on the way. Yep, that one goes. And the Wizards lead by 17.
This arena was rocking throughout the night. You could really feel the energy.
Yeah, huge motivation. Always great for a young team, but veteran players also appreciate when fans come with that kind of energy and get into the spirit of the game.
Here's Jamison. Another one falls for Washington. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this.
To a track star, wanted all the thing I rap for. I've been trying to.
Alright, y'all. I fuck with y'all.